Welcome, everybody, to the 14th weekly episode of the Customer Ed Nuggets podcast series. I'm independent learning tech analyst John Lay of Talented Learning, hosting today's show with a brand new guest expert, Shannon Howard, Director of Customer and Content Marketing at Intellum, a leading customer ed LMS organization. Today, Shannon and I are going to discuss the top reasons customer ed organizations need to build customer communities to enable customers and prospects at every stage of the customer lifecycle. If you are a participant in any of the various customer education communities that exist in the world, you already know Shannon. And you know she's an expert in customer education and community building. Every day, it seems like everywhere in the CE world, she's adding value. And that's why I wanted her to join me today to talk about this important topic. We're going to learn why she and Intellum invest so much time in this effort of community building, and we're going to learn the reasons why we should do it for our own organizations and our own customers. Shannon, welcome. It's great to have you here today.
Thanks for having me, John. Very excited to chat today.
Listeners, viewers, thanks for tuning in and your interest to learn about all things customer education, from business case to LMS, online content, community building, engagement, and much more in 10-minute video nuggets or less. Feel free to binge. Okay, let's get going. For some ground, and what do we mean when we talk about customer communities and building customer communities? What type of customer communities? Well, there's a lot of ways, from small to grand, to either build communities of your customers and potential customers or leverage existing communities that may be in the industry and use those almost as your own customer community. Everyday examples of this include industry groups or association, private or public school media groups on LinkedIn, X, or other social groups in general, cohorts, discussion boards in your LMS, knowledge and community bases, live or virtual user group or conferences, so even your personal social media connections and networks, and many other ways. There's no one way and there's no one right way. Often it's a strategic mix of building your community through a variety of different channels that exist in everybody's unique industry and place in the industry. But although the format varies, all communities bring together experienced clients and new clients, and sometimes even competitor clients, employees, partners, consultants, thought leaders, professors, students, everybody in your extended human community of your stakeholders. And that's one of the reasons to develop that, is because everything that you need to know to grow is out there in that human community if you take the time to build it. And to that end, today, Shannon and I are going to talk about strategic and business impactful reasons why customer ed organizations build customer communities and invest the time to do that. Shannon, over to you. What's your number one reason organizations should engage in customer community building?
It's one of the best ways to learn, right? So when we think about levels of understanding and comprehension, just reading something, hearing something, listening to something, watching a video leads to a certain amount of understanding and comprehension. But then when you can discuss and then also kind of share what you've learned, teach other people, dissect it together, I think that leads to better learning outcomes. And it also helps people just navigate the nuance of whatever it is that they're learning about and how they apply it in their own role or work.
Spot on, Shannon. You got it right. Asking questions, engaging, learning from examples and non-examples are all great methods of next level learning activities, or methods to achieve next level learning activities. Absolutely love it. Okay, I'll take a shot at the second, and I'm going to go old school practical because I often do. Community building reduces support call contacts and calls in general and costs, while it improves customer satisfaction at the same time. You really can't beat that. The reality is your customers don't want to call support. They hate it. That's really the last option. Personally, I absolutely dread when I'm compelled to take that step. Building and participating in communities empowers your customers to solve problems proactively, as well as leverage the experience of others solving the problem before them or even concurrently. Over time, the community continues to get smarter, more strategic, thus reducing the need to contact support and have them drive all that thought leadership. It also drives a very important third reason to build communities. Shannon, what is it? Take it away.
I think the third reason I'm thinking of is it's a great way to engage customers at scale. So when we think about what our customer success managers, account managers are able to do, they just can't have that one-on-one relationship with every single customer, admin, person who's just engaging with our company. So a community gives them a place to connect with and learn from each other. It's also honestly what people want to do today, right? They want to learn from each other. They don't just want to learn from someone at the company who's probably not practicing in that same industry. They want to connect with each other. And so it removes us from the need to manually facilitate connection. Hey, John, I'm going to connect you with Shannon over here. Or, Mary, I'm going to connect you with Jill over here. It allows them to just facilitate their own connection and conversation rather than us needing to kind of do that for them.
Wow, excellent answer. Excellent answer. It's so hard to find those advocates, and with a community, it's so easy. It's really difficult not to talk about everything on these nuggets, but that's the nature of these nuggets. You have to focus and be brief because you only got less than 10 minutes. However, today we have this tiny slice of extra time, kind of an aberration in nature here. So why don't we take advantage of it? Shannon, how about a bonus benefit? You got one you can talk about real quickly?
I do. Yeah. So like thinking about the intersection of customer education and customer marketing, right? Is communities are a great way to identify and engage advocates, right? So there's some people that your account managers, customer success managers, sales team might have top of mind who are great advocates for the company. But often what you'll do in communities, you'll find other and identify other people that weren't maybe visible before or who have a different way that they like to engage with your company. And so those people kind of surface and you can build and nurture that relationship and start to find and engage these people who can then go, whether it's come on a webinar, speak at a conference, or engage with other customers, teach other customers. That's another way that people can advocate for us and engage with us, even if it's not like a formal case study or a review or something like that.
Wow, excellent. Well, there you have it, folks. Just a few of the many reasons to invest in building a community of your customer learners. And they are take your customers and your own personal learning to the next level, reduce support costs and increase customer satisfaction, engage customers at scale, and take advantage of the unique opportunity to identify and engage your advocates. Whew, that sounds worth the effort to me. Good luck, everyone. And if you want a practical example of how to do this, follow Shannon through her daily life. Shannon, thank you very much for joining us today. It was great to learn from you.
Thanks for having me. Yeah, I hope it was helpful for people.
Well, it was certainly helpful for me. Listeners, watchers, thanks for tuning in to another episode of the Talent to Learn Customer Ed Nugget podcast series. Hopefully, you know a little bit more about why you need to harness the power of community building and customer education, and you're willing to double down on your efforts. If you want to listen to the Customer Ed Nuggets podcast on the go, please subscribe to our podcast on Apple, Android, Spotify, Amazon, and many more. Links are provided in the description. If you want to show your support, please like and share this episode and comment down below. It'd be greatly appreciated and very helpful for us to get the word out to all customer education professionals. Thank you, and we'll see you here right here next week on the next installment of the Customer Ed Nugget podcast. Have a great day, and you can find more of our fiercely independent information at talentedlearning.com.